What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. I want to tell you guys all right up front, I appreciate it so much. Sorry I haven't got any content up in a while. I've been pretty busy with life. Also, I've been just getting some good games in, trying to get some good games for you guys. And so we'll go ahead and put it on pause here, and we'll go ahead and let you guys know what's going on here. So today we've got a 2 versus 2, and this is straight up big name battle. So we've got on the other side, we've got DahvPlays, and we've got the Loremaster Sotek. And on my side, I'm with Italian Spartacus, and you know me, Black Iron Battles, and we are in this 2 versus 2 action. Now, Dav and Sotek are actually practicing for the finals that they've got going on in Turin's King of the Cup tournament, and I think that the winner there gets $100. So those guys are pretty excited. So me and Italian figured we'd give them some runs, and this was one of the battles that I actually did pretty well in. It was like 2 out of 3. I'm gonna go ahead and put I think all 3 of them up for you guys. I plan on, but this was I think this was the second one. So in this one, let's see. We've got Tomb Kings on my side. You see here that I'm using the Tomb Kings. We've got Italian Spartacus. He's using the Dark Elves. He's got Marathi up here. And let's go ahead and take a look at the army. So we have got on each side, we've got a Tomb Scorpion. We've also got a Tomb King here up on top of a Cimmerian War Sphinx. We've also got, we don't have a Necrotext, but we do have this Tomb Prince here with Guardian. And that blade of... that blade of setup there, so we can put that hex on enemy lords. We've also got Guardian, that physical resistance, which will kind of stack together with that Tomb King, the Scorpion armor that he's got. And when you go ahead and look at that put together, I mean, he's got pretty good. Let's see, he'll have like almost 50 damage resistance once he gets down below 50% health. But I've also got this Lich Priest of Death. We've got Spirit Leech, as well as Fate of Buna, and then we've got some Ushapti Great Bows, 4 Ushapti Great Bows, Chosen of the Gods over there, and we've also got 2 groups of Tomb Guard with Halberds. Now, I actually didn't bring enough units. It was a mistake on my part to get this Ushapti summon. So I've got like 200 units, so it is not quite tournament legal, and I hope that the tournament gods don't look down on me. So here for Italian Spartacus, he's got some Dread Spears, he's got Bleak Swords up here in the front, he's just got a line of Bleak Swords, Blackguard Corsairs, and you see there in the middle, he does have the 2 groups of Blackguard and Aggron there. They're super buff. Those are those elite anti-large. Those are going to be our core right there in the middle. Here on the edges, there's some more Dread Spears. We've got these Tomb Scorpions there. And here in the middle, this is what, this was his big thing he was doing this round. Italian Spartacus brought 3 Reaper Bolt Throwers, each with gold chevrons. So you see they've got a bunch of extra missile damage there. They've got some pretty good leadership. They're not too bad when they've got all those chevrons. And then here he's also got a twin Khanite assassins. So those guys, when they get on top of something, they'll do some great damage. And he's also got that dark venom. He can actually give himself 75% weapon damage. So these guys can do some major work. Besides that, up in the air there, you saw that he did have Marathi. And let's see, let's go ahead and check what he's got on Marathi there. We've got Marathi. And he's got Power of Darkness. He's got Soul Stealer. He's got the Wand of Caradon. He's got all sorts of stuff going on over here. So he should be able to do some pretty good work, especially with those Pit of Shades in the backlines. Over here for our opponents, you see they've got a pretty crazy build. So they have tons of these Dragon Princes. And these Dragon Princes are elite Chalk Cavalry for the High Elves. High Elves and the Beastmen across from us, and look at that. He's got 2 groups of Dragon Princes here in the back. He's got a 3rd group. And these guys are just causing heavy problems for us all, Graham. They also do have some Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. There's 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers there with silver chevrons. In the back here, he's got that High Mage, and he does have, I think, let's see, he's got, I think, Tempest. He's also got Apotheosis, and he's got that Arcane Unforging. So he'll be able to do some good damage as well as some healing. Up here in the air, he does have that Prince, and is flying on top of that Sun Dragon, and he's got just that Sun Dragon's breath. So that is pretty much stripped down, and that is just the cheapest way to bring a dragon. besides that, he does have these Lothern Sea Guard over here on the flanks, and a bunch of groups of regular archers in the middle. So you can tell that I think this is DahvPlays, and who's the High Elves, and he is pretty much got the range and the mobility. While in the front line here, we've got the Loremaster Sotek, and he's got Gore Herd mixed in here with Best Gore Herd. Right in the front line there, you see them just guarding these Lothern Sea Guard. Also here on the flanks, he's got some Ungor Spearman Herd, and he does have this Bray Shaman of Death here on top of this chariot here, this Best Score chariot. And let's see, what does he got here on that Bray Shaman of Death? He does have Fate of Buna, he's got Soul Blight, and he's got Spirit Leech. So he's also got that Jade Dagger, so he'll be able to get that recharge going pretty quick. Also got these two Cygors, they'll be tossing rocks, having a good time. And he's got Morgur the Shadow Gave. I mean, Morgur is always such a strong hero, and so this is just a pretty strong build to come up against. And I you know, we'll see how me and Italian can do. Let's go ahead and start it off. And you see here, these Tomb King on this Cameroon War Sphinx, we're going to get him moving. We got to kind of get all of our units moving up just a little bit, just so we can kind of get in range. But at the same time, we want to be shooting, because they're going to be tossing rocks at us, so we want to be taking some shots at them. So you see these Ushopti Great Bows, they're going to start targeting. They're going to try to target some Bestigor Herd, and we can see what kind of damage we can do and soften some guys up. See, everyone's kind of moving in. If we take a look here on the flank, you see that the Tomb Scorpions are out here on each flank. And that's actually going to turn out to be really good for us, because as you see here, that these Dragon Princes from Dav are going to be moving in on the flank, so we are going to be able to kind of catch them with the Tomb Scorpions, and that'll kind of hold them up and allow some other units to kind of get in here and support. Here, let's go ahead and get a look here in the front lines. You can see all these Blackguard Corsairs, these Blackguard of Nagron. Everyone's engaging against these Bestigor Herd, but those Bestigor Herd have already been softened up pretty good. You see here the Tomb King, he's got Spirit Leech on him, but he's going to smash into the back. He'll cause these Gore Herds some major problems. At the same time, you see there's that fire breath from that dragon, and but it doesn't do too much damage to those tomb guards. So we're doing okay. Actually, see tons of arrows coming in here, and they are just wrecking those chosen of the gods. Man, all of those archers are coming in here doing some major damage. At the same time, you see Morgur is just knocked all the way into our backline, and he's going to have to drop that prince right in top on. And at the same time, we've got Blade set up on Morgur. We're going to get everyone kind of in here attacking. You see all of those Tomb Guard with halberds coming in here to take out this prince. And we are just doing major work to all of the heroes right here in the middle. You can see that prince is just trying to get out. At the same time, he is pretty much surrounded. You see these assassins coming in, and down he goes. The Tomb Prince was chasing him. Boom, he is down. And Morgur is next. In the back line here, you can see a bunch of these Ungor Spearmen are routing off. The Blackguard Corsairs are starting to get into the back lines. And some major damage has been done to these archers as well. The archers are going ahead and targeting more of these Ushopti Great Bows. You can see some of these Chaos Spawn have gotten into these Ushopti. The Ushopti will do okay at defending themselves. At the same time, these Reaper bolt throwers are still firing. So those things have had a lot of time to fire. Here on the right flank, you'll see here that Tempest has managed to catch Marathi, but at the same time, that is not much that's able to capitalize that. If it was off a little bit earlier, I think it would have been a lot better. Here in the back, you'll see those Chaos Spawn finally dealing with the Ushopti Great Bows. And this Tomb King is actually able to finally take Morgur. So we've got those assassins, we've got this Tomb Prince, we've got everyone on Morgur, and Morgur is finally broken. At the same time, you see those Dragon Princes are going to charge in here. They're engaging these Tomb Guard with halberds, and that is actually really good for the Tomb Guard. Once these Canaanite assassins and everything get in here, they're going to be able to do some good work, and these Dragon Princes will start going down pretty quick. Over there on the right, you can see, oh, that was it. Morgur goes down. He is dead, and now the Tomb Prince is going to have to get off and get on to the next thing. Here in the back, you'll see that we do have these Blackguard and Nagron that have started to engage this Cygor, and that is going to be some trouble. We're also going to get in here with these Tomb Guard with halberds, and all of these units on this Cygor, they've all got anti-large, so they'll be able to do some good damage. You see that Cygor has got to get out of there quick, and at the same time, all of these ranged units have gotten back pretty far, and they're going to continue to shoot in. They're blasting these Blackguard and Nagron right now. In the back here, you can see we've got a huge epic battle going on between this Tomb Scorpion Scorpion and this Cygor. We did manage to get the Tomb Scorpion through the Dragon Princes on the right side using a, I think there was a Fate of Buno over there, and then so that he was able to get around and he's fighting that Cygor, and it is okay. So the Cygor, as long as he's tied up, he's not doing damage to us. We've also still got all of these units over here on top of this Cygor, and I think this Cygor is broken. We're going to really have to get these Tomb Guard. I mean, look at all these arrows coming in. And you know, none of those Halberd units actually have any shields. So, actually, the Tomb Guards do have shields. I didn't realize. So, yeah, those Tomb Guards with Halberds, they do have the shields. So, I mean, they're not taking as much damage, but still, there is huge damage coming from the Eagle Thrower bolt throwers. The Archers are doing good damage. At the same time, you see here the Tomb Scorpion's completely surrounded, but in the back we're doing okay. So we're actually routing off some Gore Herd that we've caught here. There's a second group of Vest Gore Herd, but these Shopti Great Bows are still in great health, 3,000 health, and they've managed to rout off a good number of these Dragon Princes. You can see these Dragon Princes are kind of just rallying in the back. They're all trying to get around. They're trying to just finish off units, route units off the field. We've got one group more of Dragon Princes coming back, but at the same time, you see this Tomb King is just chasing the Dragon Princes on that Camarine War Sphinx. As soon as he gets into them, he'll do some major work. You see him just start to charge there, and oh man, getting right into the middle. He's got his giant claws everywhere, and he's gonna start. Oh man, he's doing some good damage. So that is they're gonna have to run away quickly. Those Dragon Princes do not want to be engaged against that monster. At the same time, you see here my Shopti Great Bows were targeting. They were targeting the Dragon Princes as well, but they're actually in critical binding because they are still taking rocks from those Cygors. But we're just trying to group up our units at this point. You can see the balance of power is a little bit in our favor, but there is still a lot going on. A lot of these units from the Ungor have managed to shatter, but they still have a ton of ranged units here that are getting a little bit low on ammo. You can see here we've got this Tomb Scorpion. It's here. It's trying to get in here. I'm trying to kind of take out the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, where you've got some Blackguard and Nagron still fighting out on top of this Cygor, and they're just heroes there. Look at that. There, Cygor is chopping down these Blackguard and Nagron, man. Oh man, flying away. But they're still fighting it out. They're fighting like to the last man. There's still 15 models left, and they'll still cause some damage with their anti-large. At the same time, you see these Khanate Assassins. You see them shooting their crossbows in here. They're taking shots at that High Mage, and they're actually managed to break him and get him off the field. And I bet you next, right away, you see them in here, and they're going to start taking shots at that Brave Shaman of Death next. At the same time, look at this. That Cygor is going down pretty quickly, only down to 1,000 health. All of these archers are starting to turn in here. You'll see them start to fire in, and look at them. They're even now shooting. Oh, he is studded with arrows. The assassin is taking huge damage, but they'll be probably able to deal with that Brave Shaman of Death, no problem. Here in the back line, you'll see there's another rock flying in. It's going to probably land boom right in the middle of that group of Tomb Guard. But we have kind of cleared off the back. We've dealt with the Dragon Prince as best we can. There's still a few remaining that have come back from routing. But we're going to start moving forward. We've got Marathi up there in the air. We've got our Lich Priest of Death, we've got our Tomb Prince, and we do have the Tomb King on top of that. Oh man, there went the last two Shopti Great Bow. We can right down, and you see that right down next to that dead dragon. That is funny. It's so much, you know, who he helped kill. See another rock coming in here. It is going to smash those Tomb Guard, and they're going to start crumbling as well. I have to get my Tomb King in here. You see it's such a close battle at this point. We've got those two assassins on the left. There's all of these high elf units. I mean, look at that. Soul Stealer getting cast. Marathi's getting some health back. Here in the back, you'll see we're charging in this. Oh man. The Tomb King there just doing major damage. You can see him fighting the Cygor. He's surrounded, and so I just want to get these units routed off as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and start targeting them. You can see these Gore Herd are already wavering. We're still trying to get the rest of our units in here to catch up. But these units of Gore Herd have actually shattered. So that moves it a little bit more in our favor. Over here on the left, you can see these two Khanate Assassins are in here fighting against Dragon Princes. You can see them just spinning around, doing major damage. They'll actually take those Dragon Princes out. There's only a few Dragon Princes left, and each one of these hits has really, 330 weapon strength. So they've broken off the Dragon Princes. Over here on the right, you see where the Cygor is just getting mashed. You see him knocked over on his face by the Tomb King. There are some best score herd here returning, but I don't know that it'll be enough because this Tomb King, now he's got that he's got Guardian plus that, and look at this. I mean, he has 42 melee defense, but he is getting 22 physical resistance and 22 damage resistance. So when it comes to physical resistance, he has like 40. We've managed to shatter that Cygor. Over here on the left, he's killed the Dragon Princes. We've killed all of these archers. I have no armor or no ammo left. And we finally pulled out that victory. So it was just a blast. It was such a close game with so many fun guys. I always have a fun time playing with all of these great guys. I'm sure that you guys know all these guys have channels: Italian Spartacus, DahvPlays, Loremaster of Sotek, all YouTube stars, great channels, all three of them. I'll go ahead and put them in the comments below. Go check them out if you haven't done it before. There's just all sorts of fun lore and battles and just great information. These guys are pretty much how I learned to play, watching these guys' videos, as well as, Turn and all the rest. So make sure to check them out. Let's take a look at this post-game wrap-up. We've got Italian Spartacus here with the Dark Elves. Did really well. Some of these Black Orc Corsairs, 100 kills on this group, 72 here on some Dread Spares. You see those Blackguard and Nagaron, they were able to get 90 kills apiece, and they just held up. We were able to just use both of us had those halberd units. We were able to kind of just push through the front, into the back, tie units up, and they were able just to last with their high defense. You see these Reaper bolt throwers, they were shooting pretty much the whole match. They started with those chevrons. 43 kills here, 21, 19. They did their duty. So they helped take out those Cygors. They helped take out DahvPlays. They helped take down those Eagle Claw bolt throwers a little bit before they started training on the Dragon Princes. So they did get some good work done. Besides that, those Khanite Assassins, when we targeted those heroes, they were able to get in there with those debuffs. They did some major work. You saw Marathi just fighting until the very end, that sliver of health remaining, still alive, casting spells just right till the very end. And that was, I think, what did it. Look at that. I only had 3 units remaining. So you saw I only started with 221. We actually got some okay kills on the Ushapti, but he was really able to get into range and target them with his archers. So that really helped those archers taking my Ushapti with great bows down. The Tomb Scorpions were able to get in there, and even though they didn't do great damage, they tied up the Cygors quite a bit. They also were able to kind of cause some fear. What they really did was take a long time to kill. They tied up the 2 groups of the Dragon Princes, allowed us to kind of catch them on the flanks, and kept them from getting into our backline too soon. We were able to get some good kills with that Tomb King. You saw him take down the Cygor. You saw him do some pretty good damage. Otherwise, pretty much everywhere he was, everywhere these guys went, the damage followed. We also managed to use the Lich Priest to do some pretty good Fate of Buna on top of one of these groups of Dragon Princes. We also got some good Spirit Leeches off and did some good work. Tomb Guard with Halberds got okay kills. Just everything here wasn't just the hugest number of kills, but they only took about 800 losses on their squad. So not the highest number of losses. A lot of those high elf players, low numbers, but overall it was still a great game. You see here, Loremaster Sotek, Morgar the Shadow gave. He got kind of singled out and taken down there in that slaughter right in the middle of all those heroes. You saw that Brave Shaman of Death as well. He got kind of taken out. Those Khanite Assassins were able to kind of just go hero stalking, and with the Tomb Prince as well. We tried our best to really take out those heroes quickly. You see, he also. But he still was able to get 32 kills with that Brave Shaman of Death. You see 101 kills, 85 here. These guys were, for the low number of kills that they had, they were able to get 200 kills here, 130 between the 2 Cygors. So those Cygors were just, they fought till the very end, were able to do tons of damage. And all of these Goreherd and Best Goreherd were able to cut through the front line really quickly. Even though we did have a few units left, that was not many. You see only 53 and 3. They still had hundreds and hundreds of units remaining. I think if we hadn't kind of decapitated their leadership, they would have probably pulled out the victory there. But at the same time, you saw, they were able to cut through our front line with ease with these frontline troops. with Dahv's team, those archers were able to take my Ushopti out really easily. I know that the number of kills doesn't show it, but you saw those archers focus down one group of Ushopti after the other until they were gone. He was also using those Eagle Claw bolt throwers. That's where I think the kills went. But I think the Eagle Claw bolt throwers were also able to take out Ushopti. They were taking out some. They were just doing great. Also, the Dragon Princes were a pain, but I think that was our biggest thing, is we were able to kind of take that prince with the dragon out pretty quickly. Our Ushopti Great Bows, I targeted that prince for a little bit. And then when he came in, we were able to take him out with Marathi, and you know, I think that was their hardest part. The High Mage, I think he left them in the back for a little bit when he did get in. I think, you know, he probably could have been back into the battle a little bit sooner, but you know, at the same time, this was a practice round. We were all just you know, trying to warm up DahvPlays and Loremaster for their finals round in the King of the Cup tournament. The Tomb King Cup, the 2 Kings in 1 Cup, something like that, that Turns hosting. And either way, I think they're up to win $100. So you guys check that out. Check them out on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe below for more great online content. This is Black Iron, and this has been another one of Black Iron's Battles.